Hamilton versus Russell. If you are a Formula One fan, you must have heard the comparison between Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. The two have become one of the most anticipated racers right now. Starting this month, George Russell praised teammate Lewis Hamilton's drive to second place after the Hungarian Grand Prix and said he was proud of the team's performance. Stick around till the end to know more about the team leading to further glory in the future, and to find out who is the better driver for the Mercedes racing team at the moment. Hey guys, welcome to another video of Racing Insights. Today, we will discuss the newly built team of George Russell and Lewis Hamilton and compare their records to know who is better. But before we start, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Done? Awesome. Let's get into it. The issues that Lewis Hamilton and George Russell face are far more significant than how they compare. If Mercedes were as competitive as the previous 8 seasons, that would be extremely important. However, the first order of business is to make up for the car's significant performance shortcoming for Ferrari and Red Bull. But that is an internal viewpoint. The comparison between the 7-time world champion and his new rookie teammate, who represents Mercedes' viable long-term succession plan, is fascinating. How does that comparison appear beyond the raw numbers after 3 races? Due to the Red Bull's inconsistent performance thus far and Carlos Sainz's numerous dramas, Russell now holds an incredibly flattering second place in the driver's standings. Hamilton's in 5th place with a deficit of 9 points. They both finished 3rd, an honor given by Red Bull retirements. In Russell's case, the timing of the Melbourne safety car was a stroke of luck. Otherwise, Hamilton would have defeated Russell 2-0. However, they have typically competed in a region of the field that is relatively similar, and thus far, they are evenly matched. In the comparison, Hamilton's Jeddah setup qualifying gambit, undertaken out of sheer desperation to achieve a balance with the reluctant car, is the major event that skews the stats. He failed to advance past Q1, despite being a few tenths faster than Russell throughout the weekend. He tried to eliminate the understeer by trimming the aero balance and increasing the rear tire pressure, but this caused him to become uncontrollably unstable through the rapid sweeps. By sticking with the conventional setup, Russell quickly advanced through the knockout rounds and positioned the vehicle 5th on the starting grid, where it belonged. Russell finished 5th, and Hamilton finished in 10th place in their respective races, which were also shaped by the qualifying events. Given that Russell appears to have an advantage over Hamilton in qualifying and race outcomes, many fans are contrasting the two drivers. Though he thinks Russell will win the World Championship in the future, he isn't sure which of the two is superior. David Coulthard, a British former racing driver from Scotland, later turned presenter, commentator, and journalist, had an eye on the racers and analyzed them both. He said they are in 2 distinct stages of their careers and have 2 different mindsets. Indeed, Russell and Hamilton have 2 distinct mindsets and at different periods of their careers, as stated to the media, including RacingNews365.com. George has my vote as a potential world champion. I think he drives incredibly well, and I believe he merits that position on the squad. However, until they have a winning vehicle once more, we won't fully understand how George stacks up against Lewis because, at the moment, this is George's best vehicle compared to where the quickest vehicle is. Still, it's not Lewis's most extraordinary car, he explained. They are in 2 distinct stages of their careers and have 2 different mindsets, and that's why you're saying, oh, George is outdoing Lewis right now. Let's wait and see if they qualify 1st and 2nd in the running order when that time comes, in whatever order. The competitive advantage of excellent drivers. He went into much more depth on the problem and how great drivers, like those mentioned above, can get more out of a faster car, while everyone may obtain similar outcomes from an averagely paced car. The exceptional drivers such as Lewis, Max, or going further back in time, Schumacher and the like, I think in my mind's eye, and it remains to be seen, as in when Mercedes delivers a World Championship car again, but the faster the car is, the more difficult it is to drive, Coulthard said. They all have the same tires, which is paradoxical if all you've done is improve cars. Therefore, if you're in whatever the slowest car is, Montreal was a horrible example since the Ferrari was on the back row, you'd likely assume, oh, it must be tough because it's not as quick as the fastest car. Well, do you agree, viewers? Is a championship car even more difficult to drive? Let us know in the comments. The tires aren't running as close to their maximum since everything isn't running as near to its limit the farther you are from the peak of downforce. Therefore, great drivers often get more out of a fast car. Additionally, having an average car makes it simpler for everyone to benefit from it because it is an average car. Now that we have a detailed analysis of Hamilton and Russell, let's talk about how these two are getting along. Russell discloses a surprising area where Hamilton has pleased him. People wouldn't expect it. Lewis Hamilton's teammate George Russell said he is in a privileged position to be working with him at Mercedes, and he described the seven-time champion's most outstanding traits. Russell is now 34 points ahead of Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship after landing on the podium 3 times in his maiden season as a full-time Mercedes driver. Russell has finished no lower than P5 in every race so far in 2022. Russell acknowledged space for development when asked about his 2022 season thus far. Still, he swiftly shifted the conversation to Hamilton, saying that he had been motivated by seeing him work hard behind the scenes. People wouldn't expect it, Russell says of the unexpected location of Hamilton. Russell said, "I don't think the season has gotten off to a horrible start. I think obviously in a privileged position being teammates with Lewis and learning so much from him, how he works, how he goes about his business with his engineers, how he gets sort of the whole team motivated, it's pretty inspiring to see. There is room to improve in some areas." He's also admirably outstanding on the technical side, which many people definitely won't recognize or appreciate. There is space for improvement, but I believe the outcomes have been satisfactory. When I take a logical look at the season, I don't think we could have possibly achieved much higher results. Except for Bahrain, we've likely placed as high as we could in every race. 2022 Formula One season. Lewis Hamilton wins his second podium position. While Russell might have preferred to have won a race by this point in the season, the Briton has been able to look at the positives and believes that he and Mercedes have achieved the best results possible as they develop their W13. Russell is the only driver on the grid to have scored points in every race thus far. You must take a positive outlook and an analytical approach to everything. And with the package we've received, we can't be unhappy that we haven't won a race this season. We're still developing, and I believe it's been relatively well optimized. One swallow doesn't make a summer, Mercedes CEO Toto Wolff cautions, predicting a difficult road for the Silver Arrows. As a team, I believe we did a tremendous job maximizing the points at our disposal. Therefore, you must view that positively and work to maintain the current momentum. And maybe we'll be in good shape to compete for those victories once we have a faster car. Both the drivers enjoy being teammates, and we enjoy seeing them drive the most expensive and outstanding cars. But the primary concern is how this partnership and possibly even rivalry develops over the rest of the season, particularly if Mercedes gets closer to the front. Will be intriguing to watch. That's it for this video. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. Please let me know by pressing the like button, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for future notifications. Until then, take care of yourself, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.